The first thing to understand is that there are 9 planets in Indian astrology. There are 12 zodiac signs, and there are 12 houses in a horoscope that we believe in Vedic astrology. Now, these 9 planets, these 12 zodiac signs, and these 12 houses control every single second of your existence. Everything that you are, that you will be, everything that is happening now, everything that happened before, and everything that will happen in the future can be seen by studying such a horoscope. Understanding the nature of these 9 planets, understanding the nature of the 12 zodiac signs of the 12 houses will give you a much better ability to understand how Vedic astrology is practiced and how a horoscope is decoded. These 12 houses of a horoscope represent every single element of your life. They represent everything, the good, the bad, the neutral. They represent every aspect of your being. Now, obviously, there are some good events that take place. There are some not so favorable events that take place in our lives. So some of these houses, some of these 12 houses are favorable because they represent favorable elements of your life. And those houses that represent the unfavorable events that are to unfold are the negative houses for a horoscope. 12 houses. The first house. This is known as the Lagna in Vedic astrology, the Ascendant. This is the most important house of all in astrology. This house represents you, your destiny, everything that is going to happen to you, the power of the horoscope, the potential of the horoscope, the nature of the horoscope. The first house is the most important house of the horoscope. Each house represents many different elements of your life. I will speak of the important, the principal, the main elements that we should focus on at this introductory stage. The second house represents wealth, bank balance, your kutumb, your ancestors, your generations to come. The third house is the house of name and fame. It is the house of public relations. It is how you interact with the world around you and the kind of response that the world will give you for your efforts and actions. The fourth house is believed to be the house of the mother. It is the Matristan. It is also the house of movable and immovable assets. Your property, cars, jewelry, all the wealth that you have accumulated is seen from the fourth house. It is also your place of residence, where you were born and also where you will live in the later part of your life. The fifth house is the house of children, of education, of luck, and of romance. The sixth house is the house of competition. It is the house of enemies, but it is also the house of victory over enemies. I'll come to this point when I'm discussing the planets in greater detail, but the sixth house is another very important house for the horoscope. The seventh house is the house of marriage. It's actually the house of all significant partnerships. You look at your wife or your husband from the seventh house, but you also look at your business partnerships, your business relationships, your social relationships through the seventh house. But most importantly, you see marriage, you see your husband or your wife, you see that most special relationship from the seventh house. The eighth house is a difficult house. The 8th house is believed to be the house of death. It's not a good house for any horoscope, for every horoscope. But the 8th house is also believed to be the house of hidden wisdom. It is the house of what they call Gur Vidya, the house of secret, ancient, buried knowledge, the house of buried treasures, including knowledge. It's the house of inheritance, but let us not forget, it is also the house of death. The 9th house is the house of destiny. This is known as the Bhagyasthan. The 9th house is an extremely favorable house for every horoscope. It is a trine, it is a trikon. It is extremely auspicious and it represents your destiny. The 10th house is the house of profession. It's the Karam Sthan. It also represents your father, but primarily and essentially it represents your profession, your professional life, the success that you will achieve, the heights to which you will rise, the nature of your profession, everything related to your professional life is seen from the 10th house. The 11th house is known as the Labsthan. It's the house of gain. It speaks of gain and profit that you will enjoy and experience. The 12th house is a very complicated house. Like the 6th house, it is the house of enemies. Like the 6th house, it is the house of litigation. It is the house of ill health, of hospitalization, of disease. But the 12th house, interestingly, is also the house of satisfaction. If a favorable planet, a planet that's good for the horoscope, is sitting in the 12th house, it will give you satisfaction. Satisfaction really is the culmination of everything that you will enjoy, experience, or achieve in your horoscope. If the 12th house is powerful, if the 12th house is favorably positioned or favorably inclined for your horoscope, whether any other house is working or not, you will have satisfaction in your life. But the rest of the houses will help us understand what will be the heights that you will achieve, what will be the level of success that you will experience, what will be the nature of your entire earth journey.